Nick. Kia no, Kia ora, Nick. You're the first time. I think this is the best time for New Zealand and Australia, and that was my hope to be able to catch the people who usually are in different time zone, like India, Singapore, Philippines, New Zealand, Australia. They could also be able to reach them. So it looks like it is. So it must be, what is it? 45 and then 5 hours. For 3 o'clock, 3:45 in the afternoon there in New Zealand. Nick? No name says V. And no name, welcome. Ah, there we go. So I was right. We're thinking that this time would actually be more convenient for the Australians and New Zealanders. 6 p.m. How come? It's, let's say, 11, and wow, 5 hours, 6 or 7 hours. That's 19 hours difference? I thought it's only 17 hours difference. I must have been wrong. So, no name is from Australia, Melbourne, 1645. What is 1645? Oh, that's the time. Then from New Zealand to Australia is 2 hour difference. Is that right? Interesting. Cool. 5:45 in New Zealand and 4:45, 1 hour, 4:45 in Australia. And no name says, apologies, typo. What? There is no typo here. You mean 1645 is a typo? Looks like 4:45. Anyhow, no name, welcome. And our protocol is that when somebody joins us on the live talk, or has a question or a follow-up, always there would be 3 little codes added before you put your question in, and that is your gender, how old you are, and of course where you're tuning in from, which in this case, in your case, we know it's Australia. But the other 2 little information we need, because they'll help me to know how old you are for delivery, what your gender is, and these are, and also of course the traditions and culture from the country that you're tuning in from. Always helps me out. So please, if you wouldn't mind, give me those 3 information codes: gender, age, and of course where you guys tuning in from, which I know a couple of you. So it looks like it's going to be a private discussion between Nick, no name, and me for now. So we'll just carry on for the next hour, and hopefully there'll be more joining us if they are alerted of live talk being live. So in the meantime, salut. Wunderbar. So, do we have any question? And thank you. No name says male 43. Older side of demographic. Well, no, not really. You're one of the young kids. And Nick says, Salut Mehran, lol, I'm male 43. Are you kidding? You guys both are the same age. 43 New Zealand and 43 Australia. That's cool. Well, you're 20 years junior to me. So, but there's a 3 in every one of our ages: 63, 43, and 43. Oh yeah, of course. You have to believe that. When I was 43, when I look back, even then, I knew I was at top of my game. Everything was, I was the strongest. Of course, I think now I'm stronger than when I was then. Just gym workout, a little bit heavier, but I was strong, and in everything. At the age 40 and up, till about at least 55, depending on how you treat yourself, you've got your career figured out, you got your wisdom figured out, you know what you want, what you don't like, and everything is clear for you, much clearer than when you were like, I don't know, 30 years old. Plus the fact that, you know, you're not that naive and you can handle situations, and so 43, you're on top of your game. You must know that. If you don't, well, do. And you can choose right. You know what kind of woman you like, and you won't be just so head over heels. You want to qualify them, see who they are, you know, and how they are, and so on. No name says is very. Oh, Nick says, yes, ironic, huh? So, yeah, I know the 3 in the ages. No name says is very confronting getting older. No, honestly, no. You shouldn't think that way. And Nick says, I'm having trouble with audio through one earphone. Yeah, I heard that before, Nick. If you have your earphones on, it looks that way. I don't know why, but it's been mentioned by 2 other people. But when you have your headphones on, that is how it will happen. Unless there's something that I should do on this very quality and expensive microphone. Let me see if it makes any difference. Is it any different for the little thing that I did? Is it any better? Nick? And no name says, yeah, that's right. You're right. And after all, you're from Australia, okay, not New Zealand, not New Zealand. So, let me just put this in here. So, Nick is, no, I'm afraid, but that's okay. Oh, all right. There were a couple of buttons in the back of it, which I pushed one and the other two. Thought maybe that has something to do with, but I guess not. It's just the way I guess it broadcasts this thing. Now, next time, for a second, I will take this off and just use the regular microphone and see if that makes a difference. Because this is a real good microphone, and it's courtesy of my son, and I know it's a real good stuff because he used that for his movie production, a real movie production that they just finished in Los Angeles like last year. And this was for one of the actors, voice actors. And now I have it. So, no name says, oh, I see. All right. Nick says no. Okay, yeah, okay. So no changes. So maybe if no changes, then I'll just push those buttons back to where they were. Yeah. All right, then. Back where it was. Steve says, I appreciate you. Thanks for your videos. Hello, Steve. How are you? Remember the protocol, Steve? Your gender? You know, I have to ask anyhow, even though it's obvious. But and where you're tuning in from and how old you are. So don't forget that. And Whisper, hello Whisper, thank you for that. Male 32, California or Canada. Which one is it? And if you look at Whisper's, the way he has put it, it's very simple. M for male or F for female. 32 is the age, and the last abbreviations are the, where he is. So California it is. So Whisper M32 California CA, and hello to you. And I wonder, yeah, in the West Coast it's still 10:55. So I guess. So we have Nick from New Zealand, and we have No Name from Australia. We have Steve. Hasn't told me where he is from right now. We have Whisper from California, and we have Majid. Says, good morning, Mehran. Hello, Majid. How are you? Must be early on morning, yeah? You're getting up early, aren't you? But 9 hours, is it? 11, 8, 9. So it must be 8 o'clock there, is it? Saturday, 8 o'clock, you're getting up. That's good. It's good discipline. So guys, I'm open for business. If you guys have a question, you can go ahead. Unless you want me to tell you stories. 6:55 a.m. Majid. 6:55 a.m. Oh yeah. That's 8 hours, so you're just 8 hours ahead. Why did I think 9 hours? Yeah, UK is 8 hours. Whisper says, I decided to contact my ex after 3 months. Oh, you did, didn't you? You did you? Who gave you permission to call your ex after 3 months? I guess you couldn't hold off any longer, huh? Scariest stuff. We are meeting. Oh, you did now. Tuesday to return some of her return some of her belongings. What she doesn't know is I got her a gift for her birthday next week. I'm planning to ask her out again. Ooh. Okay. She seems eager to see me since she is now coming by my work more often. But I thought you said when you contacted her, the purpose of the meeting, but that's what I understood, is to give her some of her stuff back. And or was that your excuse to get her to see you? Whisper says, am I making a mistake? I really don't know, because I really don't know what's been going on between you guys and how she feels about you, or you feel, or any conversation of that sort at all. But what I do know is that you really wanted to do this, and if you hadn't done it, you would know how it would proceed or not proceed, what the result of this contact would have been, and you would have always kick yourself and say, I should have done it, I should have done it. Now you're doing it. So if it backfires or doesn't go anywhere, well, that's one of the options. So don't expect just because you guys are going to meet, well, it's going to work out the way you have planned it or thought of it or hoped for it. Because then you'll be really disappointed and you'll go through another cycle of, uncomfortableness. And this is what you don't want. So in 3 months, what have you been doing? Haven't you been focusing on your life, building your life, accomplishing yourself more, taking strides towards your goals and what you want to achieve? Which if you had, which you should have, then you would have probably not be so focused on her to think that you should contact her. But now that you have done, well, it's water under the bridge. You've already done it, which means you'll never regret that, oh, I should have done it. Well, you did it. Now you'll know how it's going to go. Maybe it'll work out. Who knows? And maybe it doesn't. But don't be so excited about it and so enthused about it and so eager about it, so she won't feel like, oh, he's so into it, so maybe I shouldn't. You know, there's a reaction to every action. And but it's the instinct that she wants to feel that way, or all she wants to feel good about herself by you asking her out, and then she says, okay, I got what I wanted, but I now don't want to go out with him because I already got that, what I wanted to feel. So these are the things that you might consider, so you won't set yourself up for disappointment. And hopefully that you'll be okay, whatever the outcome would be. Whisper says it was an excuse, but she's now coming by my work almost weekly. I broke it off with her because she scared me with marriage talk and stuff. I'm divorced after 10 years, but I miss her. I'm not gonna say that. Shame, man. What kind of talking is that about your ex? But anyhow, good luck to you. And may the force be with you. However, just be cool. Don't think just because you have a history with her, she's now gonna just, you can pick it up for you where you guys left off. She's gonna be a little bit apprehensive or want to, because you broke it off, she's gonna diss you now if you go strong and show interest. She's most probably going to have a little bit of a posture, if nothing else. So don't think that you can just pick up where you left off and expect that because you guys have history, then you'll still be okay to say, hey, you know, let's go out just quickly like that, and she would be agreeable to it. She may feel like, okay, that's the time I can really tell him, you know, who I am, so she can put a shield up. So just just be prepared for that. And No Name says, nothing teaches us the hard lessons like experience. I'm sure Nick can relate. Some of us just need to learn the hard way, regardless of the brilliant advice from YouTubes such as this chap. Well, okay then, yeah, that's right. But you know what? At age 43, you're still looking for experiences. Well, I guess it's gonna be a little rocky until you should have known most of the stuff by now. But I guess no, I can't say that because I know a lot more now than when I was 43. And I precisely remember when I was 43, actually. It's quite busy time. I was popular. so now let's go. So 43 is a good year, so don't knock it, and you're great at that age and enjoy it. It's all good. And get your experiences that you're looking for. You're asking for it. And No Name says, too passionate translates to too desperate. Is that what you are saying? I'm not connecting with what were we talking about. I think I was talking to Whisper, right? About that. Is that what you mean? All right. Whisper says, we met at a nightclub where I work. She asked me my name and I just went in for the kiss. When was that? We fell hard for each other and we moved way too fast. Yes, you did, didn't you? And then she asked you to marry her. This is what you get when you're so quick. She says, "Well, this guy is ready. I don't have to wait a year. I just expect him to marry." And that scared the shit out of you, didn't it? So, live and learn. Just as No Name said, you need experience, I guess. Nick says, and I felt it would be best to exit myself. Let's see, did I miss one? This is a Nick. Nick says, I can certainly relate to us being at the top of our game for our age and wiser about who we choose now to be our potential spouses. I've broken up with my ex just over a year ago, and it was toxic. So you have a propensity towards anyone who's not toxic. You will think, oh, then she's perfect, because you compare it with the toxic one. Since this one is not toxic, but not necessarily exactly what it should be, but just because it's not toxic to you shows you, good, great, qualified. Don't fall for that either. You still got to qualify. You still got to see if what you expect is being offered from the other side. So be patient and don't run into it. Qualify. Just as the women qualify you, you also have to qualify them, beside the fact that you are interested in how they look and all that. But that's not enough, because that's not the person that you're having a relationship with. That's her aesthetics. That's her looks. And she's not responsible for how she looks. And as a heterosexual male, you're programming your gene for procreation, to look for a woman, love a woman, and pursue women. So just because she's a woman, that doesn't mean, and you're turned on by it because of the way you're programming your gene, that doesn't mean she's also qualified. Remember this. So you gotta expect more from a woman, because a woman is a lot more than what you see about her. What you see is her beauty, but she's a lot more than that. Wise, capable, to bring lots of positivity, and you got to find those qualities out, and then, but to find them out, you got to expect that. If you don't expect real good stuff from a woman, that's belittling them, that's disrespecting them. At the same time, you will not look for it, and you'll settle for just because she's beautiful, and that's not really what you have a relationship with, the looks. You have a relationship with what's inside that look, what makes that look tick, and that's what you got to find out. Now, so Whisper says, and says, it was an excuse, but she's now coming by my work almost weekly. I broke off with her because she's scared. Okay, we read that one. And then he said, we met her in a nightclub, and then we moved too fast. All right. And he continues, says, it scared the shit out of me, because I was married for 10 years, had 2 boys, and it fell apart. I barely met this ex in October. Yeah, you don't have to get married right away at all. You don't have to get married at all if you don't want to. Just be together. There's no pressure there, and there's no excuse of, oh, we're married, I wonder what's out there. Neither for her nor for you. So just be together and find more about each other. And what's in the marriage? It's still gotta have to be a relationship that works, so whatever you want to call it. So by just getting married and having that certificate doesn't mean that, definitely it's gonna work, or definitely now we are having better chance. No, it's all about how you guys interact and treat each other, and how you bond on consciousness level or not. You know that. So many people got married, and they either have lots of money, or they're both good looking, or what happened there? How come they got divorced? So many people like that still get divorced, because it's not the money or the things that you have or the looks that you have that keeps the relationship together or not. It's understanding each other's consciousness, if you can really be compatible on that level or not. That's what you should be focusing on. That's why I say expect more from a woman as they expect more from you. See if they can offer what you're looking for, rather than just, the beauty that they have, which has got nothing to do with them. They were born with it. So it's not a talent. Oh, I got a real good wife or good girlfriend. She's so beautiful. Yeah, okay, but that's not something that she worked hard on it. I'm not talking about the ones who just had it done and all that. Talking about so you guys figure it out. Let's move on before I get into trouble. By my so Nick says, where are we? And Nick says, so there must be another one here. It was toxic, and I felt it would be best to exit myself from it. Looking back, it was hard letting go at first, but I believe it was the best decision I could have made. I've been working hard on personal growth. Good for you. Obviously, you were able to overcome it and move on. And he says, and discovered so many good things about myself that I never knew I had. Good. All right. Sounds good. Focus on your life, build your life. There's so many things you can learn about yourself that it's going to be never-ending story. Abhi says, it was late night in the last session, so I could not catch it up, but you understood my question exactly. Then I was about to convey thank you and love your laugh. Okay, planning to buying a t-shirt of yours. Oh really? That's cool. That sounds good. Abhi says, please like the video, followers. Yeah, everybody, please don't forget, there's 9 of you. Ooh, that's good. We're busy at this time of night. So if you have not liked the live streaming, please do like it. Doesn't cost you anything. Just push that button, the one that is like this, not the other one. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. We are not easily found on YouTube, and as I always say, we need everyone's effort to get noticed. And the more subscribers we have, the more the algorithm could notice us, and our viewership will go up. And you know that we have 1,500 videos and counting on this channel. Pretty much anything you can think of after a breakup, there's gonna be bound to be a video on it. And of course, there's like maybe, I don't know, about 500 or 400 or 500 videos on matters of the mind, the movements of the mind, thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego, order, mechanical process, all the other things that has to do with the mind, consciousness. And so you've got all kinds of support here. And don't forget to check out my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, for books or consultation on Skype. Perhaps you want to talk about a thing or two with me on Skype. Make an appointment, and I have a special offer going on. For half an hour you get 1 hour. For 1 hour appointment you get 2 hours. So that's plenty to discuss your issues and what concerning you. And of course there are other supports and material on the site, which I invite you to go on it, mindthatseekstruth.com, and check it out, see what else is out there. There's lots of goodies there. So, and having said that, there's also another app that I have. It's out of Tokyo, and it's called Callmart, and the link is there. All you have to do is just click on the Callmart app, open it up, and see if you look for Mind That Seeks Truth, and see if the button is green. That means I'm available. That means I don't have an appointment and I'm available to talk. For short conversations, I don't know, whatever, half an hour, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, something that you can't wait till you make an appointment with me on Skype and do it. You would just want to call me right away. You can do that through Callmart. And that's going to be something like $1 a minute type of thing. So for short calls, it's pretty good. If you're in a jam, you want to ask something or consult about something. And there it is. The link is right there in the description as well. Now, let's see. Where were we? So we have Abhi says, sir, if my ex texts me and I felt like I'm falling in again in that thing which can bother me, so it should be better to stay away or control myself. I'm not quite clear what you mean. Do you mean you fall for her, or you feel that you want to be intimate with her, like, you know, you get turned on, and then that would put you at a compromising situation where you feel you're falling in love, but it's really not love, it's lust? Is that what you mean? I'm not clear what you exactly mean, Abhi. If you could help me out, I will be more than happy to address it. And No Name says, if she's beautiful to you, that's half the question. If she really is beautiful, maybe prepared to compromise on, oh, you're talking to somebody else, I guess. Maybe you put the name of that person that you're addressing, so I wouldn't think it's for me. Nick says, I like how brutally honest with some of your answers to our questions. We need to hear it that way. And you telling us how it is strengthens our confidence in not trying to make the same mistake. Yeah, true. Well, that's the only way. I mean, at this age and with my research and learning about the movements of mind and our consciousness and psyche and the effects and influences of each one of these components, fragments of our consciousness, how they affect us, I should know how to offer support rather than just sugarcoat everything and make you feel good. Well, that's not my intention here. Perhaps maybe that's why we don't have that many subscribers, because they all want to hear, oh, there, you'll be fine. Just you know, do this, do that, get this trick, text her this way, and you know, you can get her to date you can get her to bed, and or you can get this girl, or you can get that guy, and so, you know, just it's, this channel is not about that. I really want you guys to understand how your psyche works, and to be able to be your own mechanic, help yourself, not fool yourself, and stay away from puddles and things that are not safe to go around. You have one life and you want to make it as smooth sailing as possible. Not always is possible, but at least if you know how you're put together, why you feel the way you do. Is it really the fact that she's that great that you have to have her, you can't live without her? Or is it something else that makes you feel that way about her? Do you really see her as she is today, or do you perceive her? You look at her and she looks the same as she did 3 years ago, and you think she's also the same person as she was 3 years ago, and then you see, how can I let her go? Because she's not the same person as 3 years ago. She is today, and you better learn how to see her as she is today, who she is. Because the aesthetics may hardly change in that many years, but who she is could have definitely changed. And that's why things are not working. And that's what I want you guys to be focused on. What is the difference between the consciousness that you are facing with now, interacting with now, and the consciousness that you were interacting with 3, 4, 5 years ago, that you're now in awe? You can't believe that she's doing what she's doing, she's behaving or interacting or reacting to you and treating you the way she does, because you still think she's the same as she was 5 years ago. The consciousness is dynamic, it's changing, and it is okay if she changes, but you gotta know that. So you gotta look at her the way she is today, and then see if that the way she is today suits you the way you are today. Otherwise, you're fooling yourself that because you liked her the way she was and the way you were 5 years ago, then it must still be the same, and you're surprised and you can't believe it. You're in denial and you constantly try to pursue her, even though she's a different person. She's no longer having the same qualities that you fell in love with or you liked, or both of you. So these are why I am talking the way I am. I don't want to hurt you guys. I don't want to be brutal for no reason, but I want you guys to know the truth. Hence the name of the channel, Mind That Seeks Truth. So having said that, let's go on and see what we have here. We have Dunder Miffin. Oh, hello Dunder. That's Pam. Yes, there we go. This is Pam. Hey Mehran, long time no see. It's Sophia. Oh geez, I'm really totally confused between your screen name and your real name. I go, oh, Dunder Muffin. Okay, that I remember. That was, here's another. Then Pam, or Sophia. So it's like a word by association. Hello, Sophia. Good to see you. Where have you been? 23 female from Chile, and so how things have been for you, and you've definitely been absent for a long time. Hope things been okay. And Juanpa, I'm gonna say it before you say it. Pura vida, Juanpa. There we go. Says, hi Mehran, male 23 Costa Rica, Pura vida Mehran. It's 12:14 p.m. Yes, might be time for you to sleep, but you know tomorrow is Saturday, so I basically came on live because I thought I'd probably be able to reach some people from New Zealand, from Australia, and places that they usually can't catch us because of the time difference. And sure enough, we have more people than we had this morning, which was just 12 noon. So I'm delighted. I'll be more than happy to see how I can assist anyone here. So Juanpa, and then we have Api says turned on, which I'm not sure where it is. Oh, I see. Yeah, so I was right. That's what I thought. So Api says, sir, if my ex texts me and I felt like I'm falling in again in that thing which can bother me, why should it bother you? You get turned on and you know what to do. And you know, that would be it. That's the end of feeling that way, and at the same time you'll get blood back into your brain and you will start thinking right, and you'll see, well, I really don't think she's right for me. I was just horny. And this is what most of men fall for, and when they don't see their girlfriends and they broke up, and after a while they talk, and because again they're heterosexual male, and in their gene they're programmed to like women, pursue women, love women, and want to get to know women, so they get turned on even hearing their voice. But the problem is when they get that way, they think, oh, she's such a wonderful person, I really can get along with her, and I miss her, she's great. They don't even remember why they broke up. They have no knowledge of why they broke up, because everything goes blank. All they think is that they're horny, and that's how they're put together. They respond to that, and that's nature made us that way. Heterosexual male is that way because of procreation. So, and then you think because you feel that way, then that means she's the right girl, and it was a mistake to break up with her. But you got to go beyond that. You got to remember what problems you guys had, because the fact that you're turned on is not a credit to her. It's just the way you are put together. You can be turned on about any girl that meets your standards of aesthetics and beauty, but that is not a credit to her. You got to find out who she is today. Since you guys broke up, What differences has she been able to, come about herself, and what differences you have made in yourself? If you guys are still compatible or not, you got to focus on that, not the fact that you're horny. Well, as I said, it's not too difficult. If she shows up, you're horny. So that's not credential for the woman that you are interacting with. So, and he says, so it should be better to stay away or control myself. Well, you have to understand, as again, part of a heterosexual male, you're going to get turned on about being around your ex, especially if you haven't seen her for a while and you guys broke up, because you have all that memory of intimacy in your mind. And when you see her, you associate the signals you receive from her, the way she looks, with the memory files that you have in your mind about how you guys interacted with each other. And part of those files are the intimacy. And then you kind of remember all that. And as you know, desire has a certain prerequisite steps before it can be born. But all steps that made you desire her and makes you desire something or someone is already recorded in your mind. So when you see her, you don't necessarily have to see all those steps for desire to be born, to be retaken. All it does, it triggers all those prerequisite steps are in your memory. And it seems to you, when it comes to the forefront of your mind, it seems to you that they all have been accomplished. They all have been gone through their cycle, and then you desire her again, which is part of it, when you get excited about, intimacy and physically. So that's not going to be helpful. So you got to find out, so she hasn't texted you. You're thinking if she does. Well, you shouldn't even think that way. You should just go move on. You broke up, you move on. Don't wait for her to text you, because that's going to give you the apprehension of, oh, she's going to text me. You're going to be horny even before she texts you. And when she does, you're just ready to, flip. So don't treat yourself that way. You won't be able to be in control. You broke up, you move on. Don't worry about her texting you. If she texts you, if you still don't think it's right for you guys, then don't respond, or just say, oh, thank you, I'm busy. You got to make your mind. Which way is it? This way or that way? You can't say, oh, I want to break up, but I really want her. I don't like her, but I don't want to break up either. What? Makes a decision. Either in or out. If you're in, then you make it work. If you guys can't make it work, you're out, you break up, then move on. Live your life. And Sophia says, I've been feeling kind of alone for some time now. I miss being in a relationship. It's been 2 years since my last breakup. I miss love. Yes, that can happen to all of us. But if you simply, when you feel that way, it should be an encouragement to you to actually break off from the thoughts of how it was when you were with your ex. Perhaps 2 years you've been lingering to let go, and that kept you where you were, at the dock, instead of sitting in your boat and rowing away and going and exploring what else is out there. So it's not too late. You're only 23, for God's sake. Just start living your life by accomplishing your life and what it is that you want to accomplish. Put your plans into motion, and be active in whatever it is that you like to be active, and you're bound to meet somebody. But if you keep thinking about the past, it's going to be very hard to meet anybody, because you won't be interested. Hopefully you've moved on from that, and that's not the reason that you feel alone. The other way is that you probably have to alter some of the activities that you do, so you will have a chance to meet someone. If there are some events that you can go, well, take care of yourself, and get yourself fitter if you want to, and then do up and go on those events, and usually have a girlfriend with you, and together you just be there, talk, and be sociable and meet people, and you will probably attract interest of some eligible bachelors there, or some people who are also in the same boat as you are and interested to get to know someone, and that will happen. But if you sit at home and constantly say, "Oh, I miss love, I want love," but you're sitting at home having chips and watching TV, that's not going to work. You got to take care of yourself, go to the gym, create that, you know, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and get your energy up and get your feelings and hopes and happiness, and, you know, feel balanced, and then be proud of yourself, like yourself, and then, you know, you walk with pride and you walk with happiness and contentment, and do your job, whatever it is, or studies, whatever it is, and then that kind of energy will have more chance to attract, you know, enough candidates for you to choose. Lamps Bright. My goodness, I get a kick out of these screen names. Lamps Bright. We'll turn it down if it's too bright. Says there, I'm from Thailand. Oh, Thailand. I think it's the first time. No, we did we? I'm not sure. 36-year-old. And are you male or female? Because you forgot to say M or F. 36, Thailand. So, sir, I'm from Thailand. I need your help. My girlfriend, okay. So you're a young man, 36-year-old. My girlfriend broke up with me several months ago. I blame myself for the breakup because I took her for granted, and we often argue about her sexual past. Well, listen, everybody has a sexual past. What do you think? They've been, sitting in the convent and waiting for you? They had a life before you, and that's normal. Otherwise, they would be, I don't know, hobbits, sit in some corner, and nobody would have paid attention to them, and they would not be living. They're hiding themselves. So, what is this business of really being too focused on your girlfriend's sexual past? Well, she's a human being, and just as you. Didn't you have a sexual past, for God's sake? Were you a virgin or sitting around waiting for the right girl to come and then not know what you're doing? Well, you have urges, and you're a normal human being, and you would want to explore and learn. It's part of your learning curve, part of your experiences in this life. Yeah, okay, if your girlfriend has been, village bicycle and everybody had a ride, well, okay, I understand that. That's not something that you would be able to easily handle. But within reason, just as you guys, would like to have intimacy while you're not, you haven't found your girlfriend yet. Well, the girls also would like to have intimacy, and they have a life before you. And they're not going to be sitting around because you will come along one day. Well, it used to be that way, but it doesn't have to be, I guess. And it's, in a way, to a certain degree, I guess it's all right. Depends on what your culture is and how you think. But if you think about it, it's perfectly all right, because then you at least are comfortable that you have had some experiences, and so you're not going to think that, I'm going to miss something. If I marry her or be with her, then what about the other? But you've already had some experiences, and she had the same. She's not going to think, I wonder how it would be out there, some other people. She's already figured it out and chose you despite of it all, which means, it's a more secure relationship. It's not like no experience and then going to be wondering what it is, what's out there. So they've already had that experiences. So to some degree, it's all good for both of you. And Lamp says she had a sex buddy before me, and she had that sexual relationship for 6 months. So what? So what's wrong with that? What do you think? It's a taxi? It runs a meter? Oh, 1, 2, 3 times. Oh, too many now. It's no longer what? Well, what's the problem? Didn't you have sex before? If you didn't, you should have. But anyhow, be fair. Women are not toys to hang around and sit like 200 years ago till some guy shows up and then so on. Yes, it was that way and it had its own merits, but now it's not like that. So don't be surprised. So she had a sex partner. So what? But you're not having a relationship with her sexual organ. You're not having a relationship with her physical body. The relationship takes place in her mind and your mind. That's where you are. That's where she is. Her consciousness, your consciousness. If that's compatible, if that helps you guys to be a good team together, to build some life together, to love each other, to like each other, to trust each other, to be there for each other, well, that's what it's all about. The rest of it is all bullshit. It's just depend on what kind of religion and customs and cultures you come from, and that's how you've been conditioned to think, oh, this is bad, or no, this is good, or no, this is... These are all different. So which one is right? Depending on which culture you come from. There's nothing wrong with it. If a woman has had sex before met you, didn't you have sex before you met her? Just evened up. No big deal. All right. And says, I felt that with her sex buddy, she was not a good girl. Nah, stop that. But I realized I was wrong after the breakup. Yeah, you were wrong. A good girl, what does that mean? So there's no good girl in Europe, there's no good girl in Canada, there's no good girl in the United States, there's no good girl in Japan, there's no good girl in China, there's no good girl in France, Germany, UK, just because the culture there is that it's okay for, men, women to have sex before marriage. What are you talking about? No. A person being good or bad has nothing to do with if they have had sex or not. What is that? So are you a bad person because you had sex? Well, if it's okay with you, it's okay for her. Why not? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So let's don't be like that. Let's don't be like 1500 years ago and so on. Focus on who that person is. That person is not her vagina. That person is a human being with experiences, intelligence, wisdom, and all kinds of credibility and all kinds of qualities that it's in her consciousness. And that's where you should be bonding with, because that's where the relationships take place or breaks off. Seldom people break off just because they find something wrong or some problem with each other's body. That's not where things break down. It's because their attitudes toward each other, the way they treat each other, the discrepancies, the differences, and all that. It all comes from the consciousness, thinking. So the relationship is not with the physical body, while the physical touch is there, but the relationship is with the mind and thoughts and thinking. Now let's go on before I get too heated in that. And Lamp says, she told me not to stay in touch, but I still miss her. What should I do? Well, she said don't stay in touch, then respect her. Go on, learn from it, and find another girl, and then don't think this way anymore. But if you want, you can, I don't know. It's up to you. I don't have any recommendation. Maybe you want to write her a letter and send a letter, and she will read it. And in there you say whatever you want to say. And but sort it out between your own self first, and then write that letter. Otherwise, in the letter, you can't go say something and then in the next line say it in a different way, so you won't actually think you're going against your own thinking or culture or tradition, and then you are not clear what the hell is it that you're trying to express in the letter. So be clear. Whatever you want to say, that's up to you. She may respond, she may not. but at least, but I think, also you can take a chance and go move forward and learn from it, and treat the next one better or with different mentality. Sarah says, hey Mehran. Hey Sarah says, I'm not able to stop thinking about my ex. Sarah, first you're supposed to let me know where you're tuning in from and how old you are. And although it's a girl's name, but maybe it's a screen name, so let me know your gender as well. And I will continue. She says, I'm not able to stop thinking about my ex. I ruined a relationship by my daughter. By my daughter? Oh, by my behavior. Sorry about that. By my behavior. I changed a lot since then, but he doesn't want to give us another chance. Even he saw the chance. Changes. Aha. Well, okay then. Then don't pursue him, because the more you go after him, the more he will try to dominate you. Even if he accepts the relationship, then he wants to choose that, use it as a leverage and make you to kind of become a doormat. So you have expressed your interest, you have expressed your regret, and if he doesn't get it, then just move on. Move on until you find somebody else, or he shows signs of wanting to communicate. Otherwise, whether, whoever you are listening to this, whether you're a man or woman, whatever your gender is, don't become a doormat. Just be fair, be nice, but don't be a doormat just because you want someone so much. All right. Sophia says, thank you, Mehran. It's so good to see you remember me. Yes, I do. It makes me so happy. I'm so thankful for your advice. My pleasure, Sophia. I'm always here for you guys. As long as I am, then I am. But I hope that we soon get more subscribers and get viewerships, so we can have finances to do a lot more stuff that I want to do. It's in my plans to maybe have workshops and help people to realize things, or maybe have better productions. But anyhow, I'm here. The site mindthatseekstruth.com is there. Lots of support there. It's a new site. If you haven't checked it out, check it out, guys. You can email me with your question. There's a nominal fee because there's so many emails I receive. I don't know who I should or shouldn't, how to choose which one I answer. So obviously it is now easy. The ones who have helped the channel and gone through the site, and they had to pay a fee of something like $10 for their written question. I either write back the question or make a short recording and email it to them as an answer. And of course there's a package called the Ultimate Breakup Cure, which starts with 82 star videos of the 1500 videos we have on this channel, and plus special discount when you want to talk to me on Skype, and of course there's the mindset to move on. It comes with a PDF file that you can print, and also it's in one of the videos. You can read it before you start watching those 82 videos, and those videos will always be updated and new ones will be added to that playlist. As I find new star videos and make new ones, I'll add it, and you don't have to pay for it anymore. And that payment of something like, I don't know, $198 is for 1 year. So that will be open for you for 1 year. And there are other perks in there that you can check it out yourself. And of course, as I mentioned, there is an app called Callmart. It's out of Tokyo, and I joined them as they contacted me. They featured the channel on their site, and so if you go on the app and search for Mind That Seeks Truth, and you will find my page, and you see the green light or green button, If it's green, that means I'm available. I'm not having an appointment. You can call. It's $1 a minute, guys. And then for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is that you need to talk to me right away, you can't wait till you make an appointment on Skype. It's very handy for people who are in a rush in a way. So now, since now I've plugged all the stuff, I have to, because we need to make this channel become economically viable. Otherwise, I can't do more stuff. So promote the channel as you can, guys. Let people know, more exposure and more viewership, and then we grow. Now we say Sophia says it's 3 a.m. here in Chile. I just got home from a party. There you go. And you're telling me you're not going anywhere. Good for you. Making pasta. Yummy. Good. These are good stuff, that you go to socializing events, and it's good. I don't mean to go and drink a lot and all that. Just moderately, and be always with safe friends who you won't have to drive back, and take care of yourself and be careful. At the same time, go to places that you have a bunch of friends there, so you'll be safe, not places that you don't know. The first time somebody invites you and you don't know them and you don't know where the place is, just go places that you know what I'm talking about. And then enjoy. Socializing is good, and best part of it is when you come home and you make pasta. So and Sophia says, but how do you figure out what do you want to do in life? You have an idea, but it's not really formed, and that idea might change a few times. So don't jump to every idea that you come up with. Just have a certain kind of a job that pays the bills, and while you're getting good at it, you figure out, when the right time comes, you already have an idea what you want to do, and you will be kind of pushed into it. And you won't even notice it. It will be very painless, and you'd be ready for it. But in the meantime, you don't have to wait for that ideal job to say, that's what I want to do in my life. So, okay, now, you might be 40 years old by then, which is young, but it's too late to start a career. Not too late, but late. Should be earlier. So in other words, you start getting a job, make money, and try to find a job that is enjoyable. If not, get a job anyhow, and then move into something better. Because once you have a job, then when you apply for another job, people will look at you favorably, because they obviously think someplace thought that you're qualified to hire you, and you're hired. So that gives you a good impression to begin with. And then you can work your way up to different jobs and learn from each one and elevate yourself, a bigger and better resume, and then you get better jobs as you go along. Try to make that job in same industry, so at least you get gain seniority and more experiences in the way that work is done. And so at least you have advancements, even though you're jumping around from one to the other. And eventually, in the meantime, do search in what it is that you really love and passionate. So when at the right time comes and your right age, you'll move into it. Let me know when the pasta is ready, please. I'll bring my bowl. And so it says, I feel very lost, she says. I have no goals, no dreams. I studied law in university and just graduated, but still I feel so alone. Come on now. You're not a victim. Look at yourself. You just came from a party. There are how many people around the world sitting and don't have anything to eat or anyone to talk to? Nobody cares about them and so on. In one night, you've gone to a party, you had a good time, and you're making pasta. So the socializing and the eating part is all done. And you finished your education. You are a lawyer, and you can get a job in a law office. So much things are open to you. If you can't see it, you gotta go to a doctor and get your glasses changed. There's so much wonderful things around you, and you say, I'm lonely. Well, okay, be patient. Things will change when you start changing your attitude to our life. Change your thoughts, your feelings will change. Change your thoughts, change your feelings. For now, what's important is to get a good job, put food on the table, feel confident and secure. And with that security and feeling, you approach life and go about building your life, and you continue your socializing, and eventually when the right time comes, you will not feel alone anymore. You will feel that you are tasting the fruits of your job and experiencing how the job actually goes, and you will be in a different stage than just learning in university. You will see it in practice in life, and you will start actually liking what you studied. Unless you do the activities that preparation demands, you won't be able to know what it is all about to like it or not like it. So you can't say, I don't like it, or I don't have any dream. Well, you study it and then turn it into something and see if that becomes your dream or not. Who knows? You may actually love it, and you may actually advance in different companies as a good lawyer. Just be good at whatever it is that you do, whether it's law or something else. Just be good at it. In other words, go there wholeheartedly. You want to learn, you want to do it, and you know, and also think about the money that is going to come to you. So you've got so many wonderful things going for you, and only you're focusing on the fact that I'm lonely. What about the person who's actually somewhere in the world, doesn't have food, doesn't have education, doesn't have social life, doesn't know what to do, doesn't have security, and he's not thinking about being lonely. He's thinking about food, job, money, security, somewhere to sleep, and all that. You got all that, but you're not focusing on him. You only focus on, I'm lonely. Why are you lonely? What do you mean lonely? You just came from a party. And if you're talking about that you want to be in love or something, well, be patient. You're 23-year-old. Focus on what's priority right now. Build your life. Accumulate money. Do your job. The rest will fall in place. Don't worry about it. And Sophia says, sorry for being so negative. No, you're not. I'll pull your ear and make you not be negative. Says, I'm not always like this. I thank you so much, Mehran, for your very wise advice. You're quite welcome. You'll be fine. So you're just in a bad mood tonight? All right, then. I thought that's how it is all the time. D. All right. Sarah says, interesting what you said about sex with the ex. Nearly every time I met my ex, we had sex, but only when he was drunk. When he was sober, he controlled himself. Does that still mean anything? In what way? It means that the guy is not giving you the attention and respect you deserve. Because when he's drunk, he's really not thinking about you. He's thinking about what his urges are. So that's okay, but you shouldn't lose sleep over him. Just move on with your life. Sarah says, I'm sorry for my English. I'm from Germany. Your English is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah? Verstehen Sie? It's alles klar. It's all good. So Cynthia Garcia is here, but not here. In other words, message retracted. All right. Heather K says your video helped me. Hey Heather, what happened to the protocol? Before we go on, please guys, male or female or whatever your gender is, M or F, or whatever your gender is, and the age and where you're tuning in from. That gives me a lot, even though it doesn't, but it gives me a lot than nothing, and helps me the way I want to deliver my responses to you guys according to what's the best way, according to your age, to your gender, and where you come from, could help me to know a little bit more about you. So, Heather, spill it out. Age and where you come from, where you're tuning in from. Quickly before I run over your question and go to the next one, because that's a prerequisite. Heather 1, Heather 2, Heather 3. No? So I move on to the next until I get that answer. So Sarah says, sorry, I'm female and 28 years old. Danke. Danke schön. Sarah, female, 28. That's good. I needed to know that. And what part of Germany you are from, Sarah? Lamp Sprite says, thank you very much, sir. Your advice helped me a lot. I'm delighted to hear that. So let's say that Heather will eventually respond to us. So we read her question. Heather, are you sleeping? Have you fallen asleep, Heather? Let me know gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. All right. Heather says, your video helped me a lot when you was going through, when I guess, was going through harsh breakup, she says. But the thing is, I've been by myself for the past 2 years. I'm now feeling so lonely and have difficulties finding the right guy. Well, you know, finding the right mate is never easy. But the good news is that there are 7 billion of us in this world, on this earth, and naturally half of them are women and half of them are men. So you have a very good chance to find a number of qualified, or at least number of choices that you will see which one is qualified or not, or more qualified. So be patient. But in the meantime, use this time until you find the right person. And even then, build your life. Focus on being independent. You don't want to end up finding a guy that you like and then finding out that he's kind of, you know, you don't have enough freedom and independency, and you got to be kind of hung in on his economic, well-being, and you're going to be manipulated in, just interacting the way that you would have done it differently. So what I'm trying to say is, if you focus on building your life and become independent, that will give you certain confidence and strength, and that confidence will extend outwardly, and you become more attractive to people who can see you're capable, you're independent, and your motives for being in a relationship is about the person, not about needs for comfort and provisions in life. These are important things that you may not think it's important, you may not think the other person feels it, but the energy that you have in you because of how your life is and what you've accomplished and where you are in your life, how satisfied and content you are, it does make a difference to the other person. It introduces you in a different light. And the better light you're introduced, the better possibilities are going to be out there for you to choose. And of course, you'll be more successful in attracting more qualified, partners, because they also are looking for someone who's capable of doing something for herself, not just sitting around and hoping that she'll just be there by herself. So become independent financially, have a job, have a career, build your life, and then with a different motivation, you will be on the lookout to see what's suitable to you. And let's see if Heather did answer us. No, Heather, I think Heather slept. So if she's slept, then no need to answer a question, right? And Heather says, nothing interests me anymore and I feel like losing hope every day. No, come on, Heather. If you sum up the whole experience of life into a relationship, yeah, well, then if the right relationship doesn't come around, you feel bored. But relationship is part of life. It's not the whole entirety of life, and you can't treat it that way. That you're in this life just to find a relationship. No, you're in this life to see and experience lots of things and learn about yourself quite a lot by the kind of activities and interactions that you will have, the way you negotiate your daily life, and you learn about your psyche, you learn about yourself, to know about the mechanics of you, how you're put together. That's why this channel is here for, to help you to know about yourself. That's why I'm here, to help you to know a little bit more about yourself. When you know a little bit more about yourself, then all these feelings that you're talking about, you don't find the right guy, you don't find the right girl, you don't find the right job, if you feel a certain way, you will know why you feel that way and why you shouldn't be alarmed and how to handle it, because you will know the fragments of your being. Your fragments of your psyche is known to you, and the influences of each fragment on the psyche and on the other fragments is known to you. So it's not a mistake why I feel this way. You'll know I feel this way because my desire wants to find pleasure, and through fulfilling its need for pleasure to fluff the ego, and the ego that therefore will feel wonderful, and then I should also remember that the ego should follow me, not me following the ego. And what is my fears? My fear is, if I don't find the right person, then I'm alone. And then I say, well, I don't have to feel fear for that, because if I'm alone, I'm not alone. I have to learn to understand that alone means all one, because I'm not here just to be with other human beings. I'm here to also understand my relationship with the nature, and when I understand that relationship, then I'm never alone, whether I have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or I don't. Whether I have a partner or not, I can resist, I can wait, I can be patient until the right one comes along, rather than thinking, because I don't have a partner, then I'm alone. No, there's a life out there. You have to be able to have a connection with this energy that is flowing from one end of the universe to the other end of the universe, and passes through you and connects you, binds you to everything else that is out there, including the trees and including the fish and the sea and the ocean and the wind. You are part of it all. But if you think you're separated from this nature, then you will see, for me not to be alone, I got to find another partner so I can interact on that level only, instead of learning to be able to interact and communicate or be in touch or bonded with everything else that is out here that you can choose and want to be one with, or feel their energy. You should be able to, when you stand in front of a tree or in a park, feel the existence of those trees, the existence of the air, the existence of the energy that flows through everything that is in this universe. Then you will never feel alone, because you will become like a drop of the ocean water, which is never alone. It's a drop by itself, but it's an ocean when it thinks about its origin and what it is connected to. But most of us have lost the idea that we are actually connected to a humongous power, the energy of the universe, and we think, I'm alone because I don't have a girlfriend. That comes and goes. Well, when you do have a girlfriend, is it forever? Or you have a boyfriend, is it forever? No, you're going to break up a year later or 2 years later. Then what then? You got to wait another one? So what happened to independency? You're dependent all the time then. So learn to be independent financially with your jobs and making your life the way you want to be. And also make sure that you're independent emotionally, because you're connected to a bigger source out there, which is the mother of all energies, the universal flow, the energy flow in the nature. And then you will not feel that you're alone if you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And if the girlfriend or boyfriend, a good relationship comes along, that's gravy. Wunderbar. having said enough, I guess. I want to freak you guys out. All right. Eventually, I have to do what I promise and do meditation together at least once in a while. So you'll all be able to learn how to connect with the universe, with the energy, and you feel stronger within you, that you're not alone. Being alone means all one, being one with all, alone, all one. So, change your thoughts on that. You're never alone. And many people are in a relationship and they're still alone because they don't really appreciate each other, they don't bond on conscious level, there's all physical relationship. That's just certain kind of a physical pleasure. It's not a relationship, and they're still alone. So learn to be one with the flow of the energy that's out there, which you are part of that flow, because that energy also has made everything else in the world and has made you as well. So it's the same with that energy confluxes that it has throughout the universe and through you as well. You're connected to everything, whether you want it or not. So on that note, you're never alone. Let's go on to see what else I have here. Oh my goodness, we have a rich tonight, guys. We have a super chat from Saint Skanderberg. So just wanted to thank you for all you do for all of us. Well, my pleasure. I thank you very much for generosity, and obviously the channel is becoming recognized because it's now getting paid. So now let's go to where was I? We discussed Heather, and Heather still never responded to us as far as her age and where she tuning in from, and of course the name is Heather, but maybe it's a screen name. I don't know. It would be good to know her gender, as she would put it. And now Lamp says, thank you very much, sir. Your advice helped me a lot. Okay, delighted to hear that. Whisper says, Lampert, okay. Okay, Whisper is talking to Lamprite. Okay, Sophia says the pasta was very, very good. Now you tell me, huh? I said, tell me when it's ready, I'll bring my bowl. It's 12:07 here, guys. And, where's the pasta? What's going on here? What kind of treatment are you guys really offering? Garçon, un thé au citron, s'il vous plaît. And pasta a little bit, because she ate it all. And there we go, sitting here trying to help everybody. Not even a piece of pasta is offered. Disgusting. But at least we've got super chat $10. So forget it, Sophia. I don't want it. I'll go buy it. So now she says, you're right. It's just a bad night, not a bad life. Sending you a big hug from Chile. Thank you very much, Sophia. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you feel better. And Sarah says, ja, ich verstehen Sie. Okay, good. Sehr good then. Thank you for advice and your whole channel. Well, delighted to hear that. Please do refer us to your friends. Talk about it, if you will. And share the videos that you like on social media. If you don't want it to be the videos that are about breakups, well, then take a look at the videos. I have 300-400 of them or more on the playlist called the Psyche, that has nothing to do with the breakups, has to do with the movements of the mind, what is thoughts, what is thinking, and all these things. And you can share those on your social media, and so nobody would know that you are going through a breakup. At the same time, we will be promoted. But anyhow, Sarah, thank you very much for being here, and hope always you will reach out here. Support is always available. I'm here for you guys. Don't forget, as long as I am, then I am here for you guys. And Sophia says, what time is it there? It's 12:09 right now, Sophia. Sarah says, I'm from Dortmund. Oh, really? Pippi Langstrumpf area. Dortmund. Right? Uncle Alm and Pippi Langstrumpf in Dortmund. At least it's close to it, I guess. Am I right? I think I remember that. It says that's in the west of Germany, only nearly 1 hour away from the Netherlands. Ah. It says your German is really good. Oh, no, I don't really. Ich spreche nicht Deutsch. ich spreche nicht Deutsch. Just a little bit. But I love languages, and I like Germany, and I like the language. I wish I knew more. In fact, it was just a short while ago I was talking, and I really want to go to the Black Forest, and there's a nice hotel run by Lufthansa, and the area is very nice, and it would be a good retreat just for a week, just make videos and have live talks there and stuff like that. Yeah, so now we have Saint Skanderberg says, male 36, New York, says, hello Mehran. Last year I asked you if it was selfish to go in expedition to Everest, and you suggested no. Well, I did go, but couldn't summit and almost died. I should have listened to you. Yes, you should have. So I didn't say go, I said don't go, right? It says, last year I asked you if I was selfish to go in expedition to Everest, and you suggested no. I suggested no, don't go, not that no, you're not selfish, right? Yeah, it's, what do you want to prove? And especially I heard that there was a lineup for people to get on the summit. They had to wait, and of course I'm glad that you're healthy, you're good, hopefully that you were not damaged in any serious way. And it's very funny how life can change if you're not really focused and in tune with what's happening around us. I mean, even I didn't go to Everest, I went to Hawaii, and I had a great day one day, and lots of swimming in the ocean, and 400 meter, and then sun tanning, and then I just wanted to do another jump in the ocean to get the sands out before I go back to the hotel. And I just wasn't paying attention. Instead of going way in, waiting for a deeper end, I just dove in instead of going slowly into the ocean. I didn't want to, be sissy. Just said, okay, just jump in. So a wave came in and jumped in. I hit my head right into the mud, because it was like 50 centimeter into the wave. When I dove in, I hit the bottom. Somehow, instead of going out into the wave, I went in, and it was very close to the ground. So, and I thought I broke something, maybe my neck, or paralyzed or something. That's what I thought, because I hit the bottom. But thank God, I checked everything. I was just sore, but then after that I came home, and eventually I went to the doctor and the physiotherapist, and they all said that nothing happened to you, just the muscles were doing their job. They tightened up, and that's what you felt, the tightened muscle. So I've started my gym, and everything's about that is good. So what I'm saying is, if we are really not careful, life can change just like this. For things that we think, it's really important for me to do that, but if you think it through, you say, well, what's so important to go up Everest? Maybe you go a little bit to a certain, and then go back before it gets too dangerous. And I'm glad you're good. I'm glad you're healthy. I'm delighted that you are back in one piece. Hopefully it is. And you said you almost died, but you're okay now, right? Everything is okay? Yeah? Just make a note down there. Everything is okay with you. And how was it that you say you almost died? What happened? Is it freezing or oxygen was too thin? Sarah says it's 9 a.m. right now in Germany. Oh, is it now? Yes, that's right. It is 9 a.m. Ah. I remember when I was in Germany, I would sometimes go to the mall. It was Koblenz. And no, also, yeah, it was Koblenz. Also in Frankfurt, I believe. And sometimes I would have this Educho coffee. But, you know, the decaffeinated one. Educho. I think that's what it was. Educho or Educho. And all those Brötchens with sausages and salami and things like that in it. Lovely. Yeah. So, Sophia says, wow, it's 3 a.m. in Chile, 6-hour time difference. Ah. 3 a.m. in Chile, it's 12 o'clock here. So it's 3-hour difference, right? So, Petite Man says, hello, Mehran. Hello, Petite Man. And Nick says, wow, great chat, Mehran, helping us with your view on how we can uplift our lives. Much love and respect to you and everyone who contributed today. Enjoy your guys' day, evening, wherever you are. Thank you, Nick. I'm glad that you enjoy it. And Nick says, sending positive vibes to all people of the planet. Wunderbar. Good. Sehr gut. Petit Man says, I just woke up. Well, guten Morgen. And remind me again, Petit Man, where you tuning in from. I know you're 17 years old, right? And remind me where you're tuning in from, because, guys, I don't remember. With every comment you make, just put that little 3 codes. M for male, F for female, age, and where you're tuning in from. That tells me a lot, reminds me of stuff. And Nick says, okay, Nick did say that. And Saint Skanderberg says, correct, you suggested not to go. Right. Well, tell me what happened, though. I hope you was, there it is. Says, frostbites. Oh, in toes. And fingers. But looks like I might get to keep most of them. What do you mean most of them? Got stuck in traffic jam and run out of oxygen. Oh, shit. What do you mean? Do you have to lose a toe or a finger because of frostbite? Damn. All right. Achilles, that is Antoine. Antoine says, hello, Mehran. How are you, sir? Antoine here. Hello, yes. 51 male, Los Angeles. I was so surprised. What are you doing up so late, sir? It's 12 a.m. here. Wishing you blessings as always. Thank you very much, Antoine. Well, actually, I did go to the gym tonight, and usually when it's late, that's the only time I can catch up with people in New Zealand and Australia and places that they normally can't catch us because of the time difference. So that was the motivation, and then before I know it, it's 1 hour and 35 minutes, which we're almost done. I think good of you to stop by. And Petit Man says male England. Oh, okay, good. And Saint Skanderberg says, oh yeah, frostbite, we got that one. Well, I'm glad that you're here anyhow, but let me know when you say I might get to keep most of them. Does that mean you're going to lose some of them, or what does that mean? It says it was absolutely brutal and deadly season. Lost 11 people. This, oh shit. Yeah, I saw some kind of a news on it that there's lineup to go up in the middle of it. That's not good. Can you please tell me when you say you're going to keep most of your toes and fingers, does that mean you're going to lose any of them? And were you hurt with the oxygen, lack of oxygen, or you okay? You ran out of oxygen. You're thin air up there, yeah? I'm going to wait till I see your answer because I'm interested to know. Lost left thumb. And the doctors are waiting to see the progress in the others. Too many people pushed for summit. On the same day, we were turned down by our Sherpa. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really, really sorry. I'm a little pissed. All right. Well, I'm glad that you're here. Okay. All right. Sometimes, we do things that we think is very important, but really is not. And well, I guess we're glad it's not worse than that, and hopefully you'll be fine for the rest of them. Definitely, hopefully. I wish that for you. All right, guys, looks like we hit all the questions, and we don't have anything else really at the moment, no questions, so perhaps it's time for me to say I love you all and thank you very much for being here and share this time with me. And hang on, Petite Man says, Mehran, is there a story of the hat you're wearing? You seem to like it a lot. Actually, it is not my favorite hat. I just bought it from Maui, and yeah, it's one of my favorite hats. There's no story to it. I bought this along with another one. The other one drowned when I fell off the the board that I was paddling on, and the hat fell. My glasses fell, but I was able to fish the glasses up while it was going down. Somehow I got it, and I think this was the very one. Or was it? No, it was the other one. But anyhow, I got that one. But that hat, I lost that one. Then I got another one, and then I got this one. There's a couple of days I don't find the other hat. I don't know where the heck that is. I don't know where I put it. So there's no story to it. So having said that, again, I love you all, guys, and thank you very much for giving me time to share this with you and a few opinions here and there. And I hope to talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, and depending on when I wake up, it's going to be either 11, 12, or 12:30, whatever it is. So in the meantime, be good to yourself and the others, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.